All right, guys, working my way through some challenge locks. Just open this up, a little packet from Gavin up in Canada. He did send me a key for this thing. And it is a master and Catello. I really can't make that out, Gavin, but it's probably a dirty word that you've tricked me into showing. I'm going to have to assume it works. You've done some work on this keyway. Clearly, you didn't want me to use top of the keyway, but on this one, Gavin, it really didn't matter, I don't think. Yeah, I think this is going to be out of my way, so it's not going to really deprive me of a lot here. So maybe you got some extra evil jam-packed up inside of there. We'll find out in just a sec. Let's go see if we can't get Gavin's lock picked open. All right. Let's first see what we got. No, I don't want to use that one. See if this guy will fit in there. I'm only counting 5. There may be another one in there that doesn't have a spring on it or something, but I can't feel him. I do feel a very strong one right around number 3, very strong spring. Let me try a different pick. I'm going to try this guy. I think there's 5. Tell you what, we'll just pick it until we either get beat or we get an open. Let's first try the easy way. It is a master lock, so why not? Okay, there's definitely something grabbing back there, and I think it's probably around pin 3 where I felt that really strong spring. And that is probably why Gavin did that, to prevent me from raking this dude open. All right, I'm not going to break my rake. Let's go ahead and do what Gavin wants. Force us to use the bottom of the keyway, force me to try to SPP it. All right, I think we have a super spring right around 3. I'm going to release some tension to try to... Come on. Man. Oh. I think everything else probably fell down. No, he's back. There we go. Dang, he popped back down. I am getting some counter rotation there. Almost break my pick getting him in place. Awful gritty. And crunchy. I'm basically forcing them. They definitely caught up on some ledges there and kind of flexing my tension a little bit. Pin 1. Probably overset somebody. There's 3 down again. I'm going to leave them alone this time. Although I can't see putting a super spring on something unless you wanted it to be picked. Probably, if it was me, I'd make it a very high cut to force me to fight that spring every step of the way. Okay, that was 3. I forced him. 3's back down. was pin 1. Felt a very slight turn on the core. Three again. Leave him alone, Bill. Why you gotta mess with him? Come on, don't break your pick. I'm letting off attention again. Oh. Alright, without a doubt, we dropped everything else. I'm putting heavy tension on it now. I'm basically finding anything that's binding and forcing it. You know, I had such confidence, I didn't even tell Siri to start a 10-minute timer. I'm looking at the time on the camera, though. I'm up to, counting the intro and everything, almost 7 minutes. That's 3 again. You know, I got it in my mind it's a master lock and I can force it, but apparently that's not working out so well. Let's recock it here. Try a little more finesse. And there we go. Finesse was the key. Don't muscle every master lock you come across. I guess that's a lesson Gavin taught me here. All right. Let's take a look at this guy. Does come apart. Let's go, well, let's take it apart. Just in case that key doesn't work, we'll try the key once we get the core out. And the reason I say that, it's pretty rustic looking. I don't know how he made the key. It might have been by the same rustic standard. Don't want to take a chance. But hey, it worked. And there's an unusual screw in there that's really not the... It looks like a wood screw. I don't think it's the right one, but Gavin got it to hold together. I'm just curious. I just got to know. Is that a wood screw? Is that a deck screw? No, that's not bad. It isn't the right one. This looks like it came out of an American lock with a larger head on it. It did have some Loctite on it at some point. Probably could have bypassed it, but this is about picking, right? Says there's 6. I did not feel 6. I felt 5. All right, let's go ahead and try that key. Move this stuff out of here. Move that out of here. Get a pinning tray up here. Cut. Oh, he just slides right off. Is that 5? Okay, there might be 6 in there that it's operating off of the very tip. Does work. A little bit of snagging, but hey, it works. It does kind of, right there, really jams up. So I'm going to turn it just like that. We're still loose. Let's pop that off of there. let's not screw this up. I'm wondering if I could get a shim in there. I probably should, since I don't know what Gavin has done to us here. If it'll fit. I can't even get him in there. Let's try him in the other side. Maybe I can roll him around. Yeah, that's not working so good. All right, tell you what, let's put the key at the shear line so there's minimum stress and minimum pinching. I can get him in about 2 pins worth until we're hanging up on something. Let me jiggle the key. Definitely hanging up on something. All right, I'm just going to turn the key slightly so it is open. Otherwise, it'll bind the core. There's enough of a ledge, I believe, if I'm careful, which doesn't happen very often. I believe this will work. And I'm going to try to push the shim in at the same time, and he's not working. All right, we got some weird looking little slots here. There are 6 pins. I believe Gavin has tried to put traps on these. Let's find out. No trap. No trap. Maybe a trap. My goodness, that's a mangled looking pin. It looks like somebody chewed that up. That is a narrowed tip. There he is. These are all standard. The first 5 are threaded, and number 6 is standard. Number 6 has an undercut. In fact, I think most of these have little undercuts into those slots. I'll bet there's some unusual stuff upstairs. This really is an off-center, very off-center core. All right, I'm going to try not to let that hit me in the eye. Yeah, it's really pinched in there, guys. Okay, there's one. It looks like there's no spring in one. He's down inside of there. It is a threaded chamber. He popped up a little bit. Come out of there. Let me get my beater in here. All right. Let's get something sharp. All right, pin 1 is jammed all the way in the bottom. He apparently is caught up in those threads somehow. I don't know if it was like that or if when I put a lot of pressure when I was doing my forcing, if it just jammed him up there. But he is not coming out. All right, well, let's just keep going before I ruin my tweezers. Number 2. Goodness. Number 2 is a standard. Number 3, 2 is not threaded. Okay, 3 is a spool. I'm looking at, there is a spring in 2. And I thought 3 was the one that was giving us that super spring reaction, but I'm not seeing anything popping out of there. There he is. There's from a Bic lighter. It was jammed down in there in the threads. All right, very strong spring in 3. Come on, there he is. Okay, this guy popped out by himself. A standard spool. And there was a spring here a second ago. Where'd he go? Come on, guys, help me out. I saw him. Maybe he fell back down in. There he is. Another big lighter. All right, let's flip him around. All right, number 6. Come on. Standard. With a standard spring. And the last one. Come on. A standard. With no spring. Yep, nothing. Why is that, dude? It's got to be off around. Yeah, you can see from this end, it's slightly ovalized, so that's causing it to pinch a little bit. Probably happened when he was doing the tapping from this side is my guess. This side looks okay, but this side definitely is slightly ovalized. Looks like we went a little off center here when we did the tapping, so might have been at a slight angle and just a little slip there to cause it to pinch down. Anyway, there you go. Gavin, all the way from Canada. Let's take a look at some of these. Some of these are pretty... I don't know how he got them in there. For example, let me grab something to point with. We got a standard pin here. This one has some attempts at a serration, but maybe with a hand file. I don't know. Hand file here as well. Attempt at a spool. This one is the one that's got my attention. Anyway, let's look at the rest of these first. We got a spool. All these are standards. These have a little file in it, or just roughness. I really don't know. But this one, talk about roughness. This is not roughness. This is out and out mangling. I think he probably was making a pina colada. That's my bet. He was making a pina colada when he made the lock, and he dropped this pin in the blender, and it's not really even a key pin. Anyway, there we go. Gavin, appreciate the lock all the way from Canada. You guys stay safe, stay legal. I've produced over 200 videos a year for the last several years and would really appreciate your support. All I'm asking is you subscribe, click on the like button for each video, and share them on social media. That's it. Thanks, guys.